So Dan, you got the ball.
All right. Claim Genesis wallet, send and get balance and stuff like that. Everybody can imagine a nice, happy web interface on this. Okay, doesn't have one yet. What you get is a command line wallet called our client for lack of creativity. Okay, so if you do our client's keygen, then you usually have nice passphrase, and so it got stored. And this it's the same format of JSON files as the Ethereum networks. It also does import, so it can import those JSON files. Then should be able to claim this thing. Let's have this other window. Nothing up my sleeve here. Oops, that was interesting. There we go. Okay, right. Okay, there's a contract that needs to be loaded. It does some pushing things around. So now the tools contract is loaded. I can, so I have sort of skipped a step. There's that Ethereum address is not one of the RHOC holders at Genesis. So let's cheat a little bit here. So that's my Ethereum address for the key I just generated. Let's stop this guy. Whoa. Okay, there. Okay, so the RHOC balances are represented in this wallets.txt file at Genesis. So let's pretend that I had 200 at Genesis, like that. We'll start our node, start the blockchain over again. Wait a second. If I try to claim now, it'll probably say, oh, yeah, it's not ready to connect just yet. Still not just ready yet. Trying to remember what it says when it's ready. Anyway. There, okay. So now it's doing the claim. Ah, okay, so I didn't get enough phlogiston. Sign my claim. Okay. Oops.
It's the law of demos, Dan.
Yes.
You know, as soon as you show it to everyone, it's going to break. Hey, while you're sorting that, I want to just add one point of clarification that Ed just pinged me on, which is really important. The RHOC balance that gets transferred at the Genesis has to be held in your Ethereum address. It cannot be held by multi-sig or anything like that on the Ethereum network. Because as you can see, what Dan is showing you is you're claiming that available balance using your Ethereum public key pair. So it's really important that people know that the RHOC balance needs to be in their Ethereum address, not a multi-sig or not in a, exchange or something like that.
Okay, it was that I need to re-register the contract because I started the chain over. Okay, so now if I get my balance, Oh, I forgot to publish it. There's a step between claiming and being able to do things nicely where it publishes it in the registry at a place that's determined by your key. So that kind of helps. Okay, so now it's published at this address, which is a function of your key, so it's easier to find it. Now I can try to get my balance. And I got 200. All right, so yay, okay, that wasn't very impressive. So now I'm going to generate another key. And it got saved there. And I'm going to do the publish step, but this does not come from the Genesis exercise. It's going to create a new wallet. So it's doing create wallet. And then it's going to publish the wallet at the convenient address. And so that's my Ethernet address, my sort of handy label, and my URI. Now we're pretty much at this critical point where we can go send. And when you do the to thing, you actually specify the URI of the wallet that you're sending to. And how much shall we send?
1337.
Oh, that's more than we got. That would be an interesting test, but I'm not going to stress it. So are you sure you want to send 137 to there? We're going to get our nonce, part of the crypto stuff, do a payment transaction. Yay. Now, if we get our balance, we should have 200 minus 137, which is more difficult than I can do. Does everybody watch? 63, and the other guy. So, ta-da! He's got 137 now. That's kind of where I am. So there's a lot of debugging information in it, but it does all the cryptography to make sure you have the right keys before you can send money around. But it's possible to do all this stuff.
That's awesome, awesome, Dan. Thank you very much.
Hey, Greg, there were a couple of questions in chat. I just thought I'd address them really quick before we move on to the next topic. So Kelly asked about the multi-sig addresses and for people like the co-op and whatnot. And yeah, it's really critical on the Ethereum side to move it into a single ETH, like hardware wallet or whatever, because it has to come over with that one Ethereum address. Once it's moved over, once we're on our chain, it can be moved back into a multi-sig on the our chain side. But during that conversion, it has to be a single Ethereum address, not a multi-sig.
Yeah, agreed. That's it's important for people to understand that. So we have to shout it far and wide.